4, fifth part. Find the value of cot inverse cot negative pi by 4. You know, simple property involved that cot inverse of cot theta is theta provided theta lies in the principal value branch. Now what is the principal value branch for cot inverse x? It is 0 to pi, of course with some exception. But negative pi by 4 does not lie in this interval. So what to do? Consider cot of negative pi by 4. Cot in the fourth quadrant is negative. So we can write negative cot pi by 4 first of all. We want to take an angle, this being negative, the only possibility between 0 to pi is that we should take the angle in the second quadrant. That is of the type pi minus alpha. You know, cot pi minus alpha is minus cot alpha. So can we use the reverse also? That minus cot alpha equal to cot pi minus alpha. That way it will be equal to cot pi minus pi by 4, that is cot 3 pi by 4. And now coming back to the main question, we can write cot inverse of, and cot of negative pi by 4 is same as cot of 3 pi by 4, where 3 pi by 4 lies in the principal value branch. So using the property that cot inverse of cot theta is theta, we get the answer 3 pi by 4. Okay. Now it is cos inverse. You have to find the value of cos inverse cos 7 pi by 6. And of course we use the property cos inverse of cos theta is theta provided theta lies in the principal value branch. And what is the principal value branch of cos inverse x? It is 0 to pi. That means it may be in the first quadrant or in the second quadrant. But what about 7 pi by 6? 7 pi by 6 may be expressed as pi plus pi by 6. Obviously it is not in the interval 0 to pi, but it lies in the third quadrant. So now cos 7 pi by 6 is cos of pi plus pi by 6. Cos in the third quadrant is negative, so it is negative cos pi by 6. How to make it in the second quadrant? Look, the angle in the second quadrant is of the type pi minus alpha. And what is the formula for cos pi minus alpha? Cos pi minus alpha is minus cos alpha. Can we use the reverse also? That is minus cos alpha is cos pi minus alpha? Yes. So using that, this minus cos pi by 6 may be written as cos pi minus pi by 6, that is cos 5 pi by 6. And now this 5 pi by 6 very much lies in the required interval, that is 0 to pi. So coming back to the main question, we get cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6, which may be written as same as cos 5 pi by 6. So we get the answer 5 pi by 6. Of course, using the property cos inverse of cos theta is theta. Now look at this question very carefully. It is tan inverse of root 3 minus cot inverse minus root 3. Tan inverse root 3, easily we can work out. What is that angle whose tan is root 3, you know, pi by 3. So that is not a problem. But let's see how to find the value of cot inverse negative root 3, or in general cot inverse of negative x. Do you know cot inverse of negative x is pi minus cot inverse x. So using that property, cot inverse of negative root 3 will be pi minus cot inverse root 3. And what is the value of cot inverse root 3 means? What is that angle whose cot theta is root 3 or tan theta is 1 by root 3? So you know tan 30 is 1 by root 3 or pi by 6. So cot inverse of root 3 is pi by 6. And pi minus pi by 6, 5 pi by 6. Substitute it in the main question. Say 1. So you get pi by 3 minus 5 pi by 6. So pi by 3 minus pi by 6, which comes out to be minus pi by 2, which is the required value. Look at this part. To my mind, this is the simplest question we have done by now. Cos inverse half, direct. What is that angle whose cos is half? 60 degree or pi by 3. So cos inverse half is pi by 3. And plus twice, what is that angle whose sine is half? 30 degree or pi by 6. So twice pi by 6. So you get pi by 3 plus pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. So it is a very simple question. Yes, look at this question. It is a simple question. It was there in CBSE sample papers and was also asked in 2008, CBSE 2008 exam. See, cos inverse of cos theta is theta provided theta lies in the principal value branch. What is the principal value branch of cos inverse x? It is 0 to pi. And the angle involved here is 2 pi by 3, which very much lies in the required principal value branch, that is 0 to pi. So as far as the first part is concerned, that is cos inverse cos 2 pi by 3, we can safely write 2 pi by 3 using the property cos inverse of cos theta is theta. Of course, theta lies in the principal value branch. Now what about the second? Here is the trick involved. That sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3, we cannot write it 2 pi by 3 because 2 pi by 3 does not lie in the principal value branch of sine inverse x. What is the principal value branch of sine inverse x? You know, it is negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. Negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. And 2 pi by 3 does not lie in the interval negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. So what to do? Take sine 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 lies in which quadrant? Second quadrant. And in second quadrant, we can simplify the value using pi minus alpha. So 2 pi by 3 can be written as pi minus pi by 3. And what is the formula for sine 180 minus alpha? Sine alpha. Why? Because sine is positive in the second quadrant. So it reduces to sine pi by 3. So now, coming back to the required expression, I should write here sine inverse of sine pi by 3, where now pi by 3 lies in the principal value branch, that is negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. So it reduces to 2 pi by 3, and using the property that sine inverse of sine theta is theta, pi by 3, and obviously 2 pi by 3 plus pi by 3 is pi. That is